So I went to Doctor's Pass early in the morning before work, and I was fishing with a cut mullet tail on about a 40-pound leader to prevent getting cut off on the rocks. And as you can see, there were some pretty good sized snook holding right on the rocks, but they just weren't interested in the cut bait. So I eventually had to go on to work, but it was a short day of work, so afterwards I went and picked up my kids, and we went back to Doctor's Pass. And this time I was armed with a cast net, so we were able to get some live bait. Unfortunately, it was all very small baits, and I was using still the very heavy 40-pound leader to prevent getting cut on the rocks and on the gill plates of the snook. And so the bait wasn't able to swim very naturally with that heavy leader weighing them down, and the snook again just kept ignoring it even though it was live bait. So eventually I decided to downsize to just a 25-pound leader, even though there was a risk of losing a fish if we would have caught a bigger fish, since we were fishing so close to structure, not to mention the sharp gill plates that snook are known for. But having the lighter leader did allow the small baits that we were using to swim more naturally. So we dropped a pretty lively bait into one of the deeper holes next to a rock ledge, and immediately it was inhaled by this snook. And it was a pretty good fight. Unfortunately, I forgot to hit record on the GoPro when I hooked him, and my son reminded me just as I was netting the fish. He did go into the rocks, and I had to just keep putting pressure on him until he finally decided to come back out. The leader was pretty frayed up, and also a dolphin came right up to us and tried to take him away as we were getting him into the net, but fortunately we got him into the net just in time. And we were able to take him out, pose for some photos, get a good measurement of him. He was right at 24 inches. I swear he shrank about 6 inches when we pulled him out of the water. My son was yelling, "It's a keeper snook, it's a keeper snook," but it definitely wasn't a keeper. Very well short of being a keeper. They need to be between 28 and 33 inches here on the Gulf. On the Atlantic side of Florida, they can only be up to 32 inches, from 28 to 32. Here they let you keep them up to 33. But anyways, that was a moot point because he was only 24 inches, but he was still a lot of fun, and we were able to get some nice footage of him and then take him down and release him back into the water, making sure that there was no dolphins around when we did that. We wanted to give him a chance to grow a few more inches so that somebody can catch him again. And the kids had a blast that day. My son caught a interesting fish. It was a toadfish. He always seems to catch those. It's funny, I've never caught a toadfish in my life, but somehow every time we go fishing he manages to hook a toadfish. And then their friend was also able to join them down there, so they had a lot of fun meeting up with their friend and fishing. And we enjoyed a nice sunset at the end of the day. They got out of the house and away from the video games for a few hours. So all in all, it was a great day and a fun day fishing.